I've always loved Winter Park. The boat tour was a perfect job for me. It gives me the opportunity to really talk about Winter Park's history. So much of it revolves around these lakes. I really love the diversity of architecture here. And I feel like the city's done an incredible job of protecting that. The concept of diversity within the confines of historic preservation, also allowing for personal expression from people that actually own these homes, make us incredibly unique. I think it's a delicate balance. Planning is essential.
The planning process for the City of Winter Park is one of the most important processes that we have. Our job is to guide applicants through the development process. We try to make the project as good as possible, and then we get it to the people who make the recommendations and then the final decisions. And we use our codes, our comp plan, our vision plan, and other things to help get these projects the best that they can be before they get before the commission.
The city has chosen a vision statement that I think actually reflects the way I feel. Winter Park is a city of arts and culture, cherishing its traditional scale and charm while building a healthy and sustainable future for all generations. I think it's a very special place with a great combination of old and new.
Now we've added our transportation division. We are going to meet with people. Nobody knows a project or a neighborhood problem like the people who live there.
My family and I purchased our home in 2007. It was a very quiet, beautiful, peaceful lakefront neighborhood at that time. As the intensification of development went forward on Fairbanks in 1792, it really became a cut-through neighborhood. Traffic probably increased 1,000%.
All of the navigation apps on your phone, we're all sending a great deal of cut-through traffic.
It was dangerous. I mean, on many occasions, we had people almost get hit, and really things began to change when Bronson and his team began to listen. And they were very effective, and we're grateful for the listening that they did.
We got together with the neighborhood, we put a map out on the board with no signs, and we said, blank slate, you all know your neighborhood, there's no bad ideas, let's all get together and come up with a plan.
This is the parklet that was developed to contain the traffic in the neighborhood where there's no longer a cut-through option. It was really a very creative solution developed by Bronce, his team, in conjunction with the developer who's doing the project that you see behind us.
Instead of just having a concrete area with tall curbs, we created a park, something that's now going to be an asset and add to our green space and parkland.
This was a great public-private solution at the end of the day. We're very thrilled with the result. There's a lot more walkers and bikers now. The parklet has given us a true neighborhood again.
So we're here on Lake Knowles today, which is a favorite spot for me because I walk here every day. So to get here, I've got to come across Palmer. Palmer's a really busy road. Cars race along it, and there is a crossing there. But cars didn't seem to notice it. A couple of times when I was on the crossing, cars went round me, hooted me as if I was in the wrong. So really a very dangerous situation. So I spoke with the transportation board and lobbied to say, really we need to do something to make these crossings more obvious. The city put in these flashing lights. They're very bright.
RRFB, a rectangular rapid flashing beacon. It is just a game changer for pedestrians and cyclists.
You turn them on manually, so they're not going on all the time. And what I found is that cars do see that. So now you can cross the road, it's safe. And in fact, if you look around the city, you now see quite a few lights like this around the city.
We're implementing those where we have a lot of pedestrian traffic, where we have schools, where we have school crossings.
I'm very pleased. It means we can walk across the street and feel safe as we do it.
I've lived here 20 years. It's always been sort of a secret cut through Winter Park. We've seen traffic increase as traffic has increased every place else from the I-4 construction project. It's not just the number of cars, but it's also the velocity, people's speed. There's been no sidewalk, so you're walking on the edge of the road, which is already narrow. It's always been terrifying. You're always looking over your shoulder to make sure nobody's coming at you. We've been talking to the city for quite some time about putting in place some kind of mitigation that would help.
We went community meeting, we met with all of them and said, here's our voting process.
It got very confusing. I think it was first determined that the sidewalk idea did not pass.
And then we learned our voting process is flawed. The way we had it set up, we had to have a 66% in favor. One of the issues was that people who did not respond automatically counted as a no. And that really isn't the right way that that process should work. So we looked at it and said, we need to have a more fair process where if we have a simple majority and those no responses don't count in either category, that's going to give us a more accurate representation of what the neighborhood really feels like.
They'd sent the vote out again, and this time we all had communicated with each other to make sure everybody saw it. The majority was successful. We've had the sidewalks for a few months now, and it has just been life-changing. I feel much safer. I walk my little dog up and down here all the time. I run on the sidewalk, and no, it's made a very positive difference.
What's special about Park Avenue and Hannibal Square, that they're these beautiful walkable areas. You shouldn't have to drive and park to get that walkable experience. You should be able to walk out your front door and have that walkable experience, and that's where we're going. That's the change we're making. We've got the vision, we have the funding, we have the right people in place, and it's making a difference.